the range line by Airstream. Now this is the pop top. They have two different versions. You can get it with a pop top. You can get it without it. All depends on how many people you'd like to accommodate. So let's go on inside first and show you what we've got going on in here. Now I'm going to show you this bed up top first so I get this ladder out of the way. Now this bed up here is 78 inches going back there, and it's 51 side to side. Now you do have the windows that you can open up for ventilation if you're camping in cooler weather. As you can see, they get a little place where they can strap things back in the back there. And then of course you also have a front window. You see there in front of me. Now these are not like some of those that also have the plastic. These things only have the screens. They don't have the plastic in it. Now when it's cooler weather, then of course you have this vent fan up here, so it'll actually pull the air through here. And you can see the lights for up here. It's a light switch right here. You have 12 volt, but then you also have right here, you have a nice little reading light. I'll take that off there for you. You have one on either side, and then on either side these things lay all the way down, but these are reading lights. As you can see, they're quite bright, and all it is a button right here. You're just going to be able to push it and it shuts off. Now with this you also have the USB right there, so you have a USB here, and then you have another reading light on this side, so you go quite bright. So as you can see, you shut off this light, you can see it's pretty bright compared to, oh, it has actually a brighter, so you have two different settings on these lights. You have bright, brighter, and then off. Now one thing they didn't have on these ladders when they first came out was some way of keeping them in place. And what they've done is, you can see right here, it locks it, so see, I can't lift the ladder up. In order to take this ladder back off, you've got to go ahead and unlock it. So now the ladder will release. Now let's talk about the seating in here. So you can comfortably seat 4 and have seat belts. As you can see, these chairs do turn around, and of course you can move it if you want to move it a little bit closer, or you want to go ahead and give yourself some more room. You're still able to do that. A little bit less on the driver's seat because you do have that driver's steering wheel. Now I know you're probably saying, well, Paul, this seat here has no table, but this table, all it is there's a little pull right under here. You're going to pull this down and it'll spin around. Now see, it's going to stop there first, then you've got to pull down again. It'll stop straight, but then we can go ahead and pull it one last time here, and you can see now at least the person sitting there has a place to put a beverage or some snacks. Now we call these kind of like jump seats, kind of like what you'd see on an airplane for the stewardess, so forth. Now these lights up underneath here, and they have two here, you have one here, and then there's two back where the beds are, or where the bed is back there. Cool thing with that, you can have it where it's coming straight down, and by the way, you're just turning it on right on the middle, but then you can pull it down, and on top of that it swivels. So if you don't want the light in your eye, maybe you just want to shut off the overhead lights, you can turn these down and kind of swivel them away so they're not right down on you, or where they're right down on the book that you're reading. You can see that this thing has, for the covering that would go on here, it has for the Velcro things, and that way there the shield will go right on that window, so it'll black out this area. This table's relatively easy to remove. You're just going to be unhooking these. It comes off of there. You can actually move it that direction towards the driver's seat, or you can move it back here towards the jump seats. You can see the lighting on the floor there. You could choose just to have that lighting if you wanted to, or have overhead lighting, whatever. Same thing with this light here. Again, You can direct it to the area that you want. You do have your electrical outlet USB port right there. Now I know you're probably saying, Paul, but where the heck are you know, it doesn't provide any cooktop or anything. And you're right, it's not something that you can see, right? But it is capable of just being put right in this drawer here. Now the nice thing with this is an induction cooktop, so you're not limited, and it has its own little cord, so you're not limited to be cooking just inside. Notice it's a soft close drawer glide. So being the induction cooktop, another benefit to it, it's not going to be hot to the touch. Something I failed to go over before I moved on here was, this is, as you come in, this is the panel you turn on. You've got home, this, you can start your lights here. So we're shutting off most lights except for the ones that are up there, the one here, as well as the ones that are over the tops there. But to turn them all on, we just turned all those on. But now what happens is, for when you're turning these off here, notice how the porch light and the step light are still on. You have to shut those off individually. Just like when you turn on your master lights, notice how you still got to come back and turn those on. Okay, so that's how that works. Of course, then you have day mode, night mode, if you wanted to. Back to that. If you want to check the state of charge of your battery, that's showing you everything on there. We can return, battery top off. This will only enable low battery, so you can enable that. If you want to start your generator, on this particular one you have the generator, but it's very easy. You have the automatic gen start if you wanted to as well, but it's showing that our house batteries are 100% right now. For temperature, climate control, you can turn on your AC here, bathroom vent fan right from here. And then on this screen here, this is going to be your timber line. This is your water heater, as well as your this water heater and your furnace all in one. So you're able to go ahead and take care of all that right there. So very easy. It's a very simple solution there. Now they also give you a JBL stereo speaker system here, and it just stores here. So you got to take it down. I mean, you can charge it while it's up here, but you got to take it down if you want to use it outside, but you can leave it there if you wanted to. Storage up above here. Of course, this is your outside sprayer hose. These are very, very strong hinged. So when you're putting them up, they will stay up. You're not going to have to use your head to hold them up, but they do take a little bit of pressure to push them down. And then of course the lock, just like you would see on an airplane. The nice thing with that is that way they are not going to be opening up while you're driving down the road, especially when locked. Now, as you can see right now, the bed is up and I was able to walk back through there. Notice the little light back there. You got little tie downs. It does have a couple little storage areas back here. Here's a drawer. Notice the soft drawer close. And then you have two cubbies there with netting. And then this is where your breakers and fuses would be. Very easy for you to get to. It's up off the floor, which I like. You can see the heat ducts down below there. That way there you're blowing the heat from the bottom. You got little storage pods here. I mean, the amount of storage pods are phenomenal. If you want to go ahead and leave these doors open, you can put this down. It can be blacked out, or you can open it for the screen. You do have the air conditioner, so you're able to run the AC. If you can keep it nice and cool in here, and it's back here right over the bed, so that's where the warm air return is. You want to charge your cell phone, you're able to do that right there. Now I know you're probably saying, Paul, you showed us where you got to turn the lights on and off, but what happens when you're in bed? You mean we got to go all the way to the front to turn them off? That is not the case at all. See right here, you get your master light switch. You can do right there. Of course, now that's not going to shut off the patio light or the step light on the outside. Okay. Water pump, gen start, gen stop. You got your aisle light, ceiling light, bath light. So if you're getting up in the middle of the night, you just need to turn the bathroom light on, you're able to do that right here as you get out of bed. That way you can see where you're going. Of course, if you have the aisle light on, you're going to have that there. As you can see, that comes on and off, as well as the one up front there. So you can just turn that one on if you wanted to. So I know we're going to show you when you get in the bed, you're going to say, well, Paul, that's kind of high. And they did think of that. And they got this nice little step here that comes out and locks in place, so it won't slide back in. And that gives you a step to get up in the bed, because it is rather high. You'll have to release that on this side. Just lift up on that, and then it just slides back in, and then you lock it. Now while we're here, let me just show you the bathroom. So as you can see, you have your shower right over the toilet. Nice little toilet area here. This thing is just going to pull right around. You see your toilet paper is not going to get wet because they have it in a nice area. You have a nice little area back behind there. You can maybe put a couple items. And it is vented. The vent is going to come out through there. You're able to snap this if you wanted to for traveling. You actually put this here and snap this here. So that way there you can still get to, it's kind of hard wrong hand there. There we go. That way you can still get to the toilet paper. A couple different storage bins here. And these shelves are adjustable. You can take them out if you wanted to and use that for hanging storage. You can put those shelves all the way down towards the bottom if you wanted to. So now you see the bed is stored like this when you fold it back out of the way. So that way there you can put some bicycles in here, kayaks, whatever. And it's strapped down in here. You see it has a little strap that we can go ahead and strap at both ends. But I need two hands in order to put this back and open it up. Let me show you what it looks like when it's open. Now to keep the mattress from flopping around when you fold it in the open position, you see how the Velcro on here. When you're setting it over here, what's happening is these are just going to sit right in there, and that holds it in quite nicely. Then all you have to do is reposition the mattress, flip it back over. Now this bed is 53 inches wide, which is 2 inches wider than the upstairs bed. However, this is 4 inches shorter. That was 78 inches in length. This is 74 inches in length. Now, so the bed height, if you're not using the stool, I guess you can go ahead and push that away. You might have enough running room here to run and jump up in the bed. Just watch your knees on these aluminum pieces. That might hurt. But what you have is it's 38 inches off the floor. However, this step stool saves you 13 inches. You're only 25 inches when you step on this, and then you'll hit your head on the roof if you don't bend over. So speaking of the roof, notice that it is the aluminum roof, just like you have in the Airstream trailers. And then look at what the bed, remember I talked to you about the little lights. These are like little reading lights. And again, you can turn these. So if you don't want them directly on you, or you want to put it so that you can see it on your book, you're able to do that. And then of course you have additional storage up in both of these cabinets. You see the pressure I need to put on that to put it back down. So let's get outside and show you around the outside. Now the awning is manual, and all you're doing is, I'll show you where they store it. You just need to go ahead and put the tool right there to open it up. Now once it's opened up all the way, it's going to slope rather, the slope is very pronounced. In order to straighten it out some, notice it doesn't have any legs coming out at this point. However, the legs come out after you get it all the way out, and they attach to the side here, allowing you to slope it more on one side than the other. So if you want the rain to run towards the back, you're able to do so. You could put the legs here, or if you don't want to have the legs in your way because they're going to be coming down across here, you can put them directly to the ground and then just secure them in the ground with little stakes. Let me show you where you store this this handle to do that. That is stored right up top here. So it's up out of the way, not in your way when it's up there. Now you're able to see what things look like from out here. But one thing I didn't show you in that step, by the way, there is storage inside of it. So back here, you can see you have nice little sensor lights. This is where you fill your freshwater tank. By the way, I'll have all the specs and my contact information down below in the event that you have any questions. 110 outlet out here, so that way there, if you have this screen open, you can have things set up outside here with these doors open if you wish. Your battery disconnect. This is something you want to have on when you're plugged in or driving down the road to make sure that you keep your batteries charged. Or if you're sitting somewhere, you want to be able to use the lights and the 12 volt and so forth. That's where you want to turn that on. Now you see this door here doesn't open up much further than that because just the way it's set up with that. Now this door on this side does open up all the way. So, and the reason for that, it's in the hinge itself. So that's as far as that one opens. This one opens a little bit further. You see you have some room when this door closes, as you can see. You have a little bit of room if you wanted to store some things on this part here. Now let's get around to the side over here and show you what else is over here. Now, of course, we have the exhaust back here from the generator. And let me show you where that generator, by the way, I didn't show you that. Let me show you where that generator is located. By the way, you do have a hitch receiver back here. You can tow 2,000 pounds. Sewer hose, you're able to do right there. It does have these here, so you're not going to drag the bumper or anything else on the ground. And there's a 2800 Onan generator. Now that is a gas generator, so it's running off your fuel tank. Benefit there is once you get down to about a quarter of a tank, it would cut off, not leaving you stranded. Now they use the smart plug. The benefit with the smart plug, you know when you're connected, and it's a better connection as well. Then you have, this is your dump area. Very convenient for you to get to. And I like what they've done here with this door here. So it's very simple to unscrew. Just takes a little bit. Just keep pulling on it and you'll know when you're all the way open here. But then they have a little magnet. You can see this magnet right here. So, and it, boy, I tell you, that is, you feel how hard it is. But you can take this and put it back there to hold that door out of your way if you wanted. I showed you a sprayer hose on the inside. This is where you can use it. Now it's only going to be cold water, but it is a sprayer port. By the way, there's a little light here. I know that nobody's going to get to their campground when it's dark out, but just in case you did, they do have that light. This is your black tank rinse, and this is for your fresh water input. So if you're connecting to a hose, this is where you do it. If you're going to be using fresh water, remember the tank I showed you in the back, but then this helps you rinse out the black tank. So it's very conveniently located right there. Now your fuel tank is right here. Now, unlike the Mercedes, you don't have to have the driver's door open to access your fuel there. So that's right there. So you see your mirrors fold in. So we're there, if you're parking on the street, it's not going to be that bad. Now notice how dark that is. Hard to kind of see in. I mean, we have the lights on in there. I mean, I could see in and be like shadows. So that is the range line. So what are you thinking? Is this something that would work for you? Do you have a need for 4 people? Maybe it's 2 people. Maybe you want to go on a hunting trip. That gives you the ability for 2 adults to sleep comfortably in there. Although, good luck with the one that has to get up top. That ladder is a little challenging. Just hope you don't have to get up in the middle of the night. So I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. And I might have misspoke. Let me know. Sometimes I do, and I don't catch it when I'm editing. But I'll be back at you again soon. Take care.